Good evening everyone, welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts, and indeed, furthermore, welcome back to Freedom Unite. We have someone named Zark joining the room. Zark is a very funny sounding name, but maybe he's a serious kind of guy. Maybe you see the name Zark and go, nice name. Maybe some people do the same with Lord Zor, I don't know. But perhaps Zark is actually an exceptionally serious kind of guy. He's just, you know, you wouldn't fuck around with him. Maybe he's got very broad shoulders, very heavily built, and, you know, he's got a scowl on his face, and you just wouldn't, you wouldn't cross him. But his name's Zark, so, you know, you have to sort of give him a wide berth while doing what you can to avoid outwardly laughing. I've got my, what has become something of a daily driver cider for me. It is Magna's cider. I do recognise that the label is indeed reversed. You're not going crazy. That's not Magna's but written in Russian. That's actually flipped. So, fear not. It is the way things are meant to be. I'm just showing you what it could look like if you saw the world in a rather strange way, which is the reverse of reality. Anyway, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to dwell on that point. That's not very exciting anyway. Okay, pop that out, and by that I mean my chat. I'm saying that, even though you've got no idea what it is I'm referring to. Sounds like a typical Doomlink commentary. We're waiting on Zark. He is using what I assume to be a nice sword and shield. This actually used to be a water sword and shield back in first generation, because quite ironically, there were ice weapons in first gen, but there was no ice element. So, quite awkwardly, ice weapons had to be water. You can see that that is literally frozen water in the form of a sword and shield, and it was not water, or rather not ice element, but water element, so that was quite funny. We've got a 750ml bottle here. I've got a glass that can, you know, contain that much liquid. This is my Herb Garden glass. I'm actually going to turn the name away because I don't need your ass in my face. If you could possibly spare me the horror of your anus. Now he's aggressively trying to shove it in my face. Anyway, it's Friday night. I need a good cider in me. I'm being actually aggressively misused, I guess. Abused. Maybe just abused. Misused sounds a little kinky almost. We'll get off that subject. I don't want all the scalies to go. I want to be misused by a dinosaur. Anyway, sorry. Cheers, everyone. What a great topic of discussion to start off the live stream, honestly. Okay, so I want to get my chat visible. Hello, Weaver. Stop calling me your boyfriend. I actually regret making that joke now, because every time you see me, you're like, hello, my boyfriend. And I'm starting to grow concerned for you. Alright, cool drink. Double check the live stream to make sure it looks fine. It looks fine. Let's go. Hello, Wrath. The two W's, Wrath and Weaver. One more W and you'll have the Japanese equivalent of LOL. Which is not so much an obscure joke, but certainly one that struggles to be funny. It's actually actively struggling to be funny as we speak, and it has likely failed. So I typically do let's rephrase that. I typically do Copper Blangonga in the old desert because I relish any opportunity to hunt in the old desert. For fairly obvious reasons. You have likely spent a lot of time in this desert by the time you've reached G rank, so it's nice to have a little bit of a scenery change when you engage monsters in a desert location. But this is what was selected for the random hunt. For those who are familiar with my arrangements for Freedom Unite recordings, you will of course know that I use the Hunsterverse random hunt system to select quests for myself and the team to depart upon. Or just depart on. I prefer on for that. Don't know why I said upon, but anyway. Okay, I'll be your ex-boyfriend. I'm rather content with that, Weaver. Strangely, I prefer that. Can't say I like it, but yeah, I do prefer it. It's like the would I prefer to drink piss or eat shit question. In this case, I'd prefer to drink piss. Anyway, what was I saying? It was something infinitely more engaging and worthwhile than what I ended up talking about. Anyway, we're here fighting Copperblangonga as the random hunt selection system has decided. I'm using dual blades that are honestly very nondescript in design, and honestly just downright awful looking, but they're, in my opinion, the best ice dual blades in the game, and most people would agree. It is the Silhouette Sabers G. They're fairly easy to make, and they're obviously very simplistic in the way that they look, but they seem to function very... Oh my god. I wasn't expecting him to track me in quite such an effective way. You haven't seen me using Hunting Horn in Freedom Unite. Well, I'm happy to use it next time. I will have to actually go and open a song sheet again, which I hate having to do, but I will do it. I've used Hunting Horn a little bit. Again, it's just a case of me using whatever weapon is selected for me by the random hunt selector, because that does also give you a weapon to use, not just a quest to depart on. And Hunting Horn, I think, has only been selected twice since I started doing Freedom Unite again live, so... yeah. You will notice that I've not been doing too much in the way of hitting the monster, and I suppose I can only apologise to myself and the team. I don't know about apologising to you guys. I don't think that's necessarily going to affect your ability to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't think there is any more or less entertainment value. But, yeah, I think I could be doing a little better than I am. Metalee says, I'm good with the Greatsword, despite no prompting for such information. I actually read it as he would be okay with me using Greatsword, but now that I check it again, he's actually informing myself and the Twitch chat that he is good at the Greatsword weapon type, which is, you know, excellent for him, but not, on the whole, relevant to the recording or any discussion that I've had hitherto. And quite frankly, it never would be relevant. But anyway, good for him. Oh, I see, there is a width to that attack that I wasn't expecting. I thought maybe it would be a little more focused and frontal than that, but you could see that I was seeking to walk around the attack, but instead was right in the firing line, which was a little embarrassing, because it looks like I'm standing in front of an obviously... well, standing in front of a monster that's gearing up to attack in front of it, and then essentially just taking it like an idiot. But there was some sort of calculated attempt to avoid it. Okay, it just happened to fail miserably. I thank you for your tolerance of my poor play today. I'm sure it'll get better, but yeah, it is what it is. It's called Hunting with Decent People, Weaver. But quite ironically, just as you mentioned, the fact that we were not using traps, someone did drop one. But perhaps it was actually in pursuit of a capture. It's possible. But anyway. See, this is the second time now I've gone to drink a Psycho Serum after the monster has left the area, only to realise that I do not have Psycho Serums. What that obviously means is that I need to restock on Psycho Serums immediately upon the completion of this hunt and the return to Pocket Village. Wrath seems to be of the opinion that Copperblangonga is more annoying than Gold Rajang, which is a bit strange, but I guess everyone's got their opinions, and I'm not going to refute that, to be honest, because at the end of the day, he's used a subjective term, and that is annoying. You know, I suppose Copperblangog can be more annoying, I suppose, depending on what kind of thing you find to be annoying. The asterisk guy, I can call him asterisk. You know, there are people who name themselves after a symbol, or just use a symbol, or use awkward characters that are more difficult to refer to than that. Asterisk is a perfectly fine name. He apologized for golf swinging me by signaling. Again, you can often tell what a signal means based on the context, the timing, and other such factors. So, yeah, it's a form of apology. It's recognition that he's done something to possibly negatively influence my experience playing the game, so it's better to acknowledge it, whether it's an apology or otherwise, than to just carry on as if nothing happened. So, I appreciate that. Metally requested a capture. We sadly have not captured it. In fact, that was less of a request and more of an ultimatum. That was an injunction. He's like, you shall capture it. He just said capture it anyway, I'm being dramatic. Weaver says, all monkeys are annoying, which I thoroughly concur with. I agree wholeheartedly. Monkey monsters are deeply unpleasant to hunt with. Or hunt against. Or just hunt, honestly, we don't need to say anything else. They're very annoying to hunt, and I don't like them at all, never have. Rajang I can appreciate for the way in which he's designed to be annoying. Remember when I was discussing monster asses in my face? Well, I've just got a lovely shot of Copperblanggonga shitting blood into the camera lens, which is, perhaps for some people, rather appealing to the eyes, but not for me. I really could have lived without seeing that. It's a very good action shot, though, you have to admit. Look at that, what a final shot. If you look at all of the people on screen, they're all getting involved. Everyone's involved. Especially the, what's his face? Zorg. Is that his name? Zarg, is it Zarg? I can't remember his name. Anyway, the point is, he's literally bent back like a bow while he prepares to throw his entire body weight into the swing of his sword and shield. I mean, that is almost intimidating to see that amount of aggressive abandon being focused into the attack motion, but anyway. Well, apparently, Wrath finds Copperblanggonga to be more annoying on account of the rocks being thrown around. I guess the rocks are a little annoying. They do break apart and have quite a width to them, consequently. I am purchasing Psychoserums first and foremost, and then I will work on... Hold on, I need to go to bloody... Hansterverse. A question has been asked appertaining to my streaming status. Discord capture, hurry up. Here we go. What is it? Oh, never mind, it wasn't a question. Therefore, I will shushing face him. Shushing face. I always say shush. It's because I read it in my head as shush, but it's shush, obviously. See random hunt. I'm not going to include everyone in the hunt. I don't care at this point. Wag the dog. Why? I don't want to do this. Do you know how many crabs I've done in this fucking recording series I've done with Freedom Unite? It's crabs from start to finish, practically. Null has let us know that he's going to shitpost in my stream, and you people wonder why I don't put the Twitch chat on camera during my live stream. I A, don't want that sort of thing to be visible on the stream for all time, and second of all, I don't want the look mum, I'm on the camera sort of effect in the stream chat, which is going to cause people to type just so that they can see themselves on the live stream. You know, it actually changes the way people interact, and not in a good way, when they know that they're going to be on the screen. There's a lot of attention seeking, it's bad. I mean, I don't know why streamers haven't worked this out. Maybe they just want engagement. It doesn't matter about the quality, just give me engagement. That seems to be Twitch in a nutshell, which is precisely why people tend to, refer to Twitch chat not as their own community, but as Twitch chat, as if it's some kind of separate, chaotic entity. Well, it's not a separate, chaotic entity if you know how to cultivate a fucking community. Sorry! Yeah, that was rather unpleasant of me, I apologize. Sorry, sometimes I have these little opinions floating around and then they come out really aggressively because I bottle them up. That would be one such example. Anyway, what was I... Oh, that's right. I need to actually change my weapon. I think I ate but didn't change my weapon to reflect the quest that had been put on the board. The quest is actually... hold on. It's Daimyo Hermitor and Plum Daimyo Hermitor. I see. Well, that's annoying, which means... Well, no, it's annoying for the reason that they have different elemental weaknesses, so I'm going to have to equip some kind of bow. And... because bow has been selected for me. I think... I had come to... No, this is the problem. I have a dearth of raw bows, okay? There is this one, but it's not fully upgraded, so I don't want to use it, and it's not good against crabs anyways, so... You know what, forget it. I'm not actually going to use the bow. Cue the gasping track. That's right, I'm not using that. I'm going to use the Royal Rose. The one and only. Not the Golden Eclipse, I want the Royal Rose. This is one of the nicest sword and shields in the series, incidentally. It's especially nice in this game because it has a poison value of 350 with good raw damage on a sword and shield, meaning that that's, a value of 350 going out with a weapon type that hits the monster very frequently. And poison is very good in 2nd gen Monster Hunter, so it's a fucking nice weapon. It's a delight, quite frankly. Wag the dog. In fact, I did this very quest not so long ago. On camera, as I recall. Now, I'm starting to wonder where the rest of my hunters are. Oh, I see. It seems that... Is his name in-game Emanon? I don't even know. Emanon, I don't know how to fucking read it. But anyway, he has left. In other words, one of our 4 hunters, well, I guess one of our 3 hunters, not including myself, has left. So I'm not sure about the other guy. It seems the other guy... Hold on. I really don't know at this point. Let's have a look. This is my worst fear. It is that I'll be live expecting a consistent group and then I don't get one and then I'm sort of left high and dry. So, I don't know if this is the person currently in my room. I suppose I can find out. Sorry, I'm typing wrong because my glass is in the way. My gathering hub. This guy really likes to have non-existent names, doesn't he? Names that cannot be referred to as such. See, I don't even know who you are. I suppose you're the person whose name just doesn't even register properly. It just comes up as a bunch of numbers, so that's probably him. Which means that this person is the one that we may or may not be waiting to come back. Waiting on to come back, however you want to say that. Come, Zell, join. This is where I start trying to recruit people. Wish I didn't have to do this so early on, but he is clearly interested. See, on my way means that you are at present making your way into the room. But then he proceeds to say class finishes in 5 minutes. Does that mean that in 5 minutes then you will soon be coming? Because I can't imagine that you'll be immediately in my room when class finishes. So it's gone from me expecting him to be coming any minute to him coming in at least 5 minutes, but probably closer to maybe 7 minutes? I don't know. So, I mean, it really does boggle the mind, doesn't it? The use of the acronym OMW to mean in 5 minutes I'll be able to consider joining. Fuck me. Alright, let's two-man with this guy. I didn't particularly want to do that because this sword and shield at the end of the day is a sword and shield. They're not as damaging weapon types. It balances itself out. Sword and shield is rather weak in this game, but poison is very strong. So, yeah. I'm sure we'll be able to two-man this fairly successfully. I will paintball you, just in case you disappear. It's usually not good to engage monsters in this game if they haven't seen you yet. I think May was trying to join. He's one of those robotic, soulless people who only hunts for friendship points. But anyway. Apparently Wrath can't join because he's just reset his phone. Maybe you could try with the computer. But anyway. Already poisoned, as you can see. It happens very quickly. I was barely paying attention to the fact that I was hitting the monster. I do wonder, and I sense that this might happen, if Asterisk will try and... Yeah, he's going to try and fight the other one on his own, which leaves me to solo this one. You know, if I wanted to solo monsters, I'd be doing that. Instead, I'm trying to play with people, which should serve as an indication that I don't want to solo, but whatever. I will solo the crab. I'll shield this one. Again, my poison is going to do a lot of passive damage. You see, to have a computer that sucks is one thing, but to have a computer that can't play Freedom Unite on PPSSPP is extraordinarily bad. Like, that's actually breathtakingly inadequate for the 21st century. So, yeah, I guess you do have a bad computer. You have my condolences. Oh, here we go. I hate that attack because if you don't get hit by the actual water jet itself, you often get hit by the claws moving out, which I'm not a huge fan of, as I'm sure you would imagine, because you think you're avoiding the attack, but you end up getting hit by the edge of the claw movement anyway. This is not good. I shouldn't have continued attacking them. I am the only possible target. Oh, never mind. I'll just sit here and take a drink. I'll sharpen up once I hit blue. As you can see, what I'm doing here with Sword and Shield demonstrates what's so fun about it is the fact that it can so easily reposition the hunter on target with the monster. I love it. Alright. Here we go. Am I going to... No, I was not going to be punished for that. I will sharpen up now. When you do have razor sharp and sharpness +1 and speed sharpening, it tempts one to always keep the weapon at purple sharpness, but I don't know. In spite of all of that, I'm too lazy. I'll keep myself at either purple or white. I will not drop below that. That's what I'll do. What are you doing? I'm not too sure what's over there, but I'm definitely... See, this is the point. I was not there. He thought something was there because he attacked thin air. Stupid cram. Understand that you're reaching the end of your life, but... Becoming senile is usually related to old age, not related to injuries occasioning death. Anyway. See, I raised my shield there in anticipation for the imminent impact of the claw. Damn it. I was half expecting to get caught in the rear charge attack. Fortunately, I did not. Oh, god damn it. Right, I'll heal up. See, I was wondering what that fucking thing on my screen was. It was the asterisk from this guy's name. I thought, is that like a... Is that the sun reflecting off some surface in this location? No, it was his stupid asterisk in the distance. It's actually distracting. Once you notice that it's there, it's annoying. It detracts from the experience of the hunt. He's obviously killed his monster before I killed mine. I'm not hugely surprised. He has an extremely damaging hammer. You could have a few golf swings with that weapon and a crab is simply not going to survive. I don't think this monster's going to last too much longer. Surely not. Yeah, I didn't think so. I need to get my Daimyo Hermitor calves. I will actually attempt to get them. May as well. Excuse the minor slurping. I'm clearly enjoying the beverage. What can you say? Can I get to the other Hermitor? Probably not, because it looks like he's over this way. That's fine. I can't actually hear the music. I don't have game sound on at the moment for myself. Because I literally couldn't be bothered to have my earphones plugged in right now, so... Yeah. I don't know where this monster is. I'm not going to waste a Psycho Serum to see where a dead monster is, so... Yeah. Clearly I would have had plenty of time to carve this bastard if I knew where he was. Where did he end up? God. What a joke. Maybe there never was one. Ever considered that possibility? Well, I just did. And it was so far-fetched that I quickly struck it from my mind as a possibility. Saved you the trouble of having to do it yourself. Carapacian Brain Plus. It's actually supposed to be Carapacian Brains, plural. But clearly they couldn't fit the S in that name as well as the plus, which is quite funny. They do actually have a character limit here. A very awkward one. It results in a lot of materials being shortened. A lot of weapons being shortened. Even. Maybe not weapons. Oh, goodness me. Alright, is this arsehole coming or what? What is going on? Man's said to come, yet depart early. You tool. You are a fucking tool. I said come, and you said class finishes in 5 minutes. You goober. Why'd you tell me that? Of course I'm going to assume that that relates in some way to when you're going to join the room. This is how communication works. It's not a language barrier thing. It's a common sense thing. Don't introduce information with that sort of timing. It's going to result in misunderstandings. You know, this is not some sort of lost art. The lost art of communication. Just engage this thing here, and you might actually have more success. Generally. This person's requesting for people to go to Gathering Hub 23. This person, oh, that's actually the same person, communicating in some sort of Southeast Asian dialect. And this person is spamming Zell. I'm going to try to clear up the misunderstanding with Zell. May as well. But let me start off with a tired of shit face. Should I ask him to come? I don't think I have many people who are going to play. He may be my only hope for this live stream. This is the sad situation. I'm basically forced to grovel on bended legs to these people for the sake of my live stream. How to phrase this? There you go. That's how you do it. Be a dork about it. If you can't beat them, join them. If they're dorks, you be a dork as well. Fun for the whole family. Oh, there's 2 people in there apparently. Let's see who's in there. Don't talk to the granny, shut up. I want to see who's in there. I want to see if it's a legitimate participant in the room. Sorry, you didn't even see me talking to the granny because I had the chat up. Okay, who's in here? Polar Iron X, you are not a legitimate participant in the room. I'm glad I checked. I wasn't going to get my hopes up, which is precisely why I needed to actually confirm with my own eyes that it was an actual participant in the room. For the uninitiated, that was like Hunter rank 3 or something. I guess I'm uninitiated, I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's not G rank, so they can't join, okay? I can't remember what that color is. I don't know what it represents, because it was a very long time ago when I was with that Hunter rank myself. Alright. I suppose what I should do is try to get this guy to join. Gathering Hub 10. If I have successfully recruited him, he will ask me what the hunt is, and then I will use the random hunt command. I do need to remain in that room because I don't want the asterisk guy to leave thinking that I've disappeared permanently. So, we'll see how we go. Weaver has joined the room. That's very good of you. So, Wrath was the one who couldn't join. Weaver's got the Melling's tool. Just when I was calling Zella tool as well. Good timing. Very topical. I'm new and I want to know how to invite someone to play online. Ask them very nicely. Would you like to hunt with me? Would you like to help? Could even send them a letter. With a wax seal stamp. Oh, my neck. Now, we've got 3 people. No, we've got 4 people. Zellen. I missed the last guy with a funny name. Random hunt. Again, not selecting weapons because I'm lazy. Today is a lazy day. No. Well, actually, I suppose we have to because I couldn't be bothered getting any. Weaver, could you re-roll, please? Honestly, I'm not doing fucking Crimson Fatalis with random people. There's no point, it's just a time-wasting exercise. What have we got? Emerald Congalala, that's slightly easier to stomach. Excuse me. I'm going to use Hunting Horn because I think that was requested of me before. Not specifically. There was an implicit request in the comment that the person had not seen me use Hunting Horn before in this game. So I'm going to use Hunting Horn. And I believe this monster is weak to ice. I could be wrong. Am I right? I think Emerald Congalala is weak to ice. Let's double check. I keep going to scroll up really far to get to the bot commands channel, but it's been quite close to the looking for group channels for like a year. See, weakness, Emerald Congalala. Congalala. Yep, primary weakness is ice. I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to be second guessing myself, you see. Okay, I'll have to get a song sheet out just so that I can be playing the correct songs and actually to know what I can play. I believe with this horn it's, you know, the primary songs are attack up large and defense up large. Here we go. Let's control F. Ukanlos Calamity. We have precisely what I said. The recovery speed up large is not really worth it, so I'm not going to be bothering so much with that. Okay, so Weaver has already posted the quest. I'm happy to see that. Efficient. That's what I like to see. Alright. Do I have everything that I want? Not necessarily. I will top up my drinks because I don't want to forget them in the future. I'll also top up my whetstones and I'm now ready to depart. Let me check the combinations again. It's purple, red, red, and red, green, red. That's fine. Fairly easy to make sense of. Alright. I do happen to know where this monster starts, I think. Well, I think right at the top, yeah. Where Zelen is. You can see that the sharpness level of this hunting horn is not very exciting. I don't really care. I'm more interested in the songs that it plays. I don't think I'll need attacks harder to break. This is red, right? I think so. Yes. Don't interrupt my song playing, please. If you wouldn't mind. Whoever is hosting this, and in fact, sorry, I played the wrong fucking note. It's ridiculous. That's alright, I'll play attack again. That's probably the priority anyway. I was intending to chain into the defense arm. Oh, here we go. I'll get involved with this. Wanted to get that on the face, because that's a fairly damaging attack. I did actually contribute to that KO, which was very satisfying. No, don't play that note again, asshole. Did you see how irate the Emerald Congalala was in that moment? He was looking around so angrily. He was like, I don't know who to fucking slug in the face, but I'm ready to smash anyone or anything that gets in my way. Who am I going to smash first? That's how that appeared to me. Seriously, this Zelen person cannot be permitted to host again because this is atrocious. This is a person who is lucky to even be connected to the internet. You know, this is a person who is probably connecting from some village in the middle of nowhere. The place probably didn't have internet 2 months ago. And, yeah. This is a person whom happens to be hosting the hunt of my live stream, which is far from acceptable. I do not need this in my life. This has been a beatdown, I can sense it. That's going to be a fart in my face. Oh, never mind. He needs to be enraged to do that. Seemingly. Zelen has disconnected. Look at him. The monster's stuck in place and he's stuck in place. You are not welcome in my hunt again. You realize that, don't you? Oh, great. His instability has caused this. For God's sake. I do not want to solo you with the hunting horn, but I actually don't know how much damage has been dealt. To be honest with you, I don't think we were doing so much damage that it's going to be worth me soloing this monster with a fucking Akantor, or rather Ukanlo's hunting horn. Some of you are going to think that it's probably perfectly appropriate for me to solo him. I don't think so. You know, I don't want to spend an extra 3 minutes fighting that guy. I just want to get the next hunt started, preferably without the guy who caused network instability. Because that kind of shit internet connection is just not worth it. I'm not interested. It seems that I was the only one who disconnected. Fine, I don't care. You guys can keep doing your hunt and I'll just wait. I couldn't have possibly known that. Had I known that, I would have soloed it. But that's alright. I'll just sit around and wait for the team to finish fighting it. What a joke. I guess I'll just organize the next hunt. Telling you that. If I were to check that guy's ping, you better fucking believe it's going to be atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Not necessarily high ping, but likely to be very, very unstable. Very unstable. Is that... See, Weaver's actually checking Zell's ping. Is Zell that person? Is Zell the person with the terrible internet? Let's have a look. Because that is unstable net that Zell has. Let's check. It's all well and good for him to be in the fucking hunt, but... I'm the one live streaming my gathering hub. Yep, it's Zell. Check that out. So he's got between 225 as a minimum and 271 as a maximum. So I have technically seen worse, but that's still pretty shit. You know, that's really unstable net. You have to understand that high ping is one thing, but unstable internet is 10 times worse than high ping. High ping is just going to cause latency, whereas unstable connection is literally going to cause disconnects and extraordinary levels of instability. When you're playing a game like this, it's just not acceptable, and I personally don't want him in the room anymore. That's... I mean, maybe I'll just bite the bullet and deal with it, but I'll just have to hope that it doesn't cause issues in the future. Very frustrating. I'll get another cider, I'll finish this off, and yeah, it's not like I'm doing anything anyway, so may as well go get another drink. Is that Asterisk disconnecting now? This person is laying waste to the fucking team. Just with his terrible internet. Again, I'm sorry to say that I've technically seen worse, but it doesn't make his internet any good at all. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. These two are still in their hunt. I don't mind them doing the hunt, that's fine. Weaver is saying the host is laggy as fuck. I think we've seen that. I'm almost... Yeah, I will tell Zell to just not play because... Am I going to say this? Would rather not play with you? I mean, it's rather nasty to say, but... I mean, it's not like a... It's not a theory, you know, we can see his unstable internet connection, so... Yeah, literally allowing this one person into our hunt completely ruined the hunt, so... Yeah. I would rather not play with that guy. I don't know if that asterisk guy is going to come back, I hope that he does. But anyway. We'll see how we go. I'm going to try and get some more people into the room. And quite frankly, I'd like to just have a consistent group to play with, but that's quite difficult to get. Zell can just not host the area? Well, I don't know. I suppose that's one solution, but... It's generally better to have people not be in the room when they're causing network instability. Because obviously whatever we're experiencing, I mean, Zell has just said, nah, too laggy, forget about it. That's the point. Whatever we're experiencing with his host is what he's going to experience with our host. So, you know, either he hosts the monster and then gives us a terrible time, or he has a terrible time hunting with us, and he's evidently unwilling to do that, so... I haven't hunted with Illa in a very, very long time. Went to type Ilya just naturally. I cannot remember the last time I hunted with her, actually. That's not including the invitation. That's in the event that she doesn't want to play, which she probably doesn't, but whatever. Yeah, great. It was the closest thing that you get to having a stream chat on the live stream. But you know, this is the situation. One of the reasons why I do not often record in Hunsterverse is because it is very difficult to get a consistent group to play with. It's fine in your own time, but it's exceptionally frustrating when you're trying to record. So, yeah, I mean, I've been doing more Hunsterverse lately, but this is the typical experience. It's struggling to get a group. And I don't know, I'm a little bit sick of it. If there are any. Yeah, I think there's... How many are there? Probably not a huge number. Oh wow. This is actually... Yeah, there's basically none at the moment. That's really odd. Usually I've got at least 10 watching Freedom Unite. It's a very quiet night. How strange is that? Well, it's fine. Again, I mostly record for my VOD audience. That's how I feel about it. Naturally, people watching live are welcome to enjoy, but, you know, a lot of them don't actually engage, so... Some of them do, definitely, but there's always at least half of my live viewers who just never say a thing. So I don't do anything for them. Doesn't mean anything to me. Whereas the silence of YouTube is something that I'm rather used to and comfortable with, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make all that much sense, but... What I mean to say is that there's a lot more effort that goes into typing a comment in a VOD on YouTube versus wanting to actually communicate with a live streamer. There's a natural enjoyment to that. It is a very quiet night. Both in terms of hunters and in terms of viewers. Oh well. I suppose we could do something two-man at this point. There isn't much else going on. And quite frankly, it's not really worth waiting for no one to join, so we'll do something. Maybe something G1 level. I'll actually select a quest. Because if I start doing random hunt selections, and we get something that's a little bit awkward for two people, I'm just going to ignore it anyways, so... Might do 2 red Kezu, how about that? Sounds like fun. I got Decker saying, on my way, in the chat again. One day he'll actually join. After saying that, but I'm obviously not expecting today to be the day. I don't know why I feel like using a greatsword against a Kezu. Must be feeling especially masochistic today. Should I do it? No, I don't feel like it. I decided that I do not feel like it after all. Let's just keep it boring and simple, shall we? That's an ice longsword, I think. Yeah, it is. Let me use this and... I don't know, this. There you go. I don't think I've used this on camera before. Actually, I'll ask Indior to play. I haven't played with him in Freedom Unite before, I don't think. I've only ever played with him in 1st gen. Just make sure I've got the right Indior. Bloody hell. Will I be lucky enough to get him? Why would you... Ugh, whatever. He's checking to see who's playing, but can't play. That's very annoying. Also, Lao Shao Mao Tao. Just thought I'd draw attention to that. Slightly, culturally insensitive. And it is a cultural thing. It's got nothing to do with race. You know, you're not born speaking Chinese. It's a fucking cultural thing. Shut up. Anyway, so... Red Kezu. Oh. What? Are you kidding me? No, that's not how it's happening. Just come and play the game. Don't be like that. Zell doesn't want to play anyway. He's expressed the fact that he doesn't want to play when it's lagging at any rate, so it doesn't matter. Excuse the slurping again. I'm enjoying my beverage, leave me alone. Now, the reality is that they're actually very quiet slurps, but because I'm right on the microphone when I'm drinking, it obviously amplifies the volume of them, so I must apologize for it. I still got a running away emote for that. Well, just don't play. Just be honest and say, I don't want to play. It doesn't matter. Like, I'd rather have a definitive yes or no so that I'm not waiting for no one to join. Yeah, this too. That's fine. Lots of waiting involved. Well, I appreciate the patience, Weaver, honestly. Looks like we did get a third person. I don't know who the hell this is. Because again, everyone seems... These days, it didn't used to be the case, but these days everyone's got a fucking different name in-game to their Discord name. Aedis, Shadowfly, and I bet it's a different name in Discord as well. Aedis, no. Shadowfly. Oh, it is Shadowfly in Discord. That's reassuring. I don't know who the bloody hell they are, but it is a person who wants to play, so that's better than nothing. Weaver has chosen to continue using the Melinx tool, even with a 2-man setup, which is really not great, but at least we've got 3 people now, so it's slightly less bad. Again, the paralysis is only effective as the team that can take advantage of the paralysis, and if you've got only one other person dealing damage, it's not that great. So, not a well-advised strategy. Well, now it's become an excellent strategy because we have 4 people. That is assuming this person can play. This person can definitely play. Good for them. This person at this stage seems quite content to stand in the doorway. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be rushing them, but I have been sitting around waiting to play the game for a little while, so the sooner we can start hunting, the better. Seriously. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, join the fucking quest so we can go. Yeah. You and your ponytail, get over here. Well, it's actually, what do they call that? A wolf's tail? I don't know. It's not a ponytail, it's something else. Bit shorter, a bit wider. Let's go. Let's play the damn game. I'm using a longsword. It's a rare moment. Yeah, I will consume a hot drink because one of the Kezu will be here actually. Should be here. Yeah. Red Kezu number 1. Walking through crystals. Trying not to hit the wing. Damn it. Straight into a thunder attack. This really does feel like a first-gen confrontation, fighting a red Kezu in this area. It looks indistinguishable in terms of the monster textures and the area textures from first gen. You know, it's a new generation of Monster Hunter. This is the end of second generation, and it just looks the same. It really just looks the same. The only thing that's different is the heads-up display. Which is pretty bad if you think about it. They definitely raised the bar for at least visual improvements across the generations, but you have to understand that that is really a measure of how fucked up first generation was. There was no time to make graphical improvements. Are you kidding me? It was all about the game mechanics. And let me tell you, those were improved immensely. Despite all those people who complain about Freedom Unite. There was a lot to improve from first generation, and they did a good job of it. Trying to see where I'm going here. At least I got it on target with the face. You could see that I attempted to fade slash out of the way, but still wasn't good enough. Here we go, got a good knockdown. That guy is doing a really bad job of positioning himself with Greatsword. Seemed good enough in that situation, but oh, here we go. I suppose my only complaint is that my longsword can't quite reach the head like that. Why would you upswing like that? The monster is practically stationary. I'm in front of you and yet you still go for the upswing? You're either griefing me or you're really fucking stupid. One of the two. Seriously. Anyway. Ugh. It's definitely a fight with the camera every time. That was bad. You could see that I almost rolled into the path of the monster there. Trying to get away from the wings. Again, the wings are just such a bad part of the monster to be hitting. Sniffing around. I'll stay back here. I'm comfortable here. Can we kill him? Oh, we've got a trap going down. Sorry about that. I'll ping as an apology. Not pinging for a trap, but rather pinging as an apology for flinching him out of placing it. But again, like I don't really want to run the risk of Kezu leaving the area in the process of trying to capture him, so I'd rather go for the kill while he's here. There's nothing alluring about his wing. Stop calling it that. Stop describing it as such. It's bloody gross. Not a hot drink. I'm trying to drink a psycho serum. Alright. Looks like a trap ended up going down anyway. Unless there was one that had been placed earlier that I didn't know about. Or that I forgot about. I wonder if there's a way to pronounce the letters N and M at the same time. Kin. That's how I read that guy's name. Kin. Not Kinham, but Kin. Anyway. I think Weaver is quite accommodatingly allowing me to host. Okay. Wow. Something along those lines. I don't have my sound in. My earphones in. It's fine. It's something along those lines. As I say. Damn it. I'm trying to go to the head and I'm getting thrown across the map by a cat paw. What in the precise fuck is going on? Anyway. It's enough to drive anyone insane. If that's you, Weaver, I've never been hit so much by a sword and shield user. I don't know if that was you all 3 times, but if it was, you've got a special talent for hitting me with the sword and shield. Sword and shield is supposed to be one of those weapon types that doesn't hit teammates all that often. I feel like I'm the monster. There you go, managed to get a knockdown with good timing. Aha. Let's try to get in position for that head. It's worth mentioning that this monster is pretty resistant to status. Whether it be poison or paralysis. You can see paralysis really does not last very long with Kezu. Nearly hit me again, man. This time not even in return for hitting the monster, because the monster was on the ceiling. I actually would have preferred to have used Atlantica for this hunt. I don't often get an opportunity to use Atlantica. And yet here I am with this stupid tribal longsword. Whatever. It's very damaging. It's a satisfying weapon to be using. Again, my end raw value with a longsword is 1656, which is quite ridiculous, but especially in conjunction with purple sharpness. But anyway, I do indeed enjoy elemental effectiveness. Despite the allure, to use that term, of high raw damage. Nice legs, fucking hell. You don't often get fashion sets like these in this game. But that's a fashion set. I wonder what the skills are like. Because the situation is, it's quite hard to get a good looking set with decent skills in Freedom Unite. And even if you can get a decent looking set, it would be inaccurate to say that it was of your own making, because, at least stylistically, because if you're going for skills, you're going to have a very limited number of options for how your armor set's going to look. Oh look, we're both getting involved there. I'm stabbing the Kezu, and he's letting a level 3 charge loose in that moment. Makes me wonder, well, I suppose I dealt the killing blow. I'm the one making contact with the monster. So, yeah, very nice. Good action shot, once again. You can see, obviously, that I'm not making much money from these quests, as I mentioned before. Most of the money that you make from quests is from selling monster materials, not from actual quest rewards any. See what we get next. If it's a fucking Fatalis, I'll be upset. It is Kirin. Wow, okay. In case anyone wanted to know, I'm not a huge Kirin fan. I'll have to, well, it's very difficult to communicate this, but what should I do? Should I bring a normal heavy bowgun? That's not the actual set. It needs a bit of tweaking with a decoration change, but see, what I really want to use is this set. But that's only going to work if everyone guns. If anyone needs to get close to the monster, this pellet shooting is not going to be appropriate at all. Weaver's gonna run pellet, by the looks of it. So let's give that a try. I feel bad for whoever isn't going pellet, but I hope that with the team that we just had, everyone's at least going to go ranged. I suppose not everyone knows that Kiddin's on the board. That's a very cool loadout. General use skills. Totally general use skills. Stop talking to that bloody bitch over there. I don't care about her. Anyway, Kiddin. And Kiddin's not on this list. What about here? Don't tell me it's one of those quests that only sometimes appears. I don't have time for that crap. Oh, go fuck yourselves. Do you really think... Weaver, do you have the quest? It can be any single Kiddin, I don't care. It doesn't have to be whatever this is called. Where is it? A scenic locale. It doesn't have to be a scenic locale, it just has to be bloody Kiddin. Well, I'm not sure what Weaver's doing, but maybe he was cycling his quests, I don't know. Alright, I have no choice. I have no choice. I have to enable game chat and ask. Does anyone have Kiddin? Is the question that I've asked. I do realise that I'm sort of in the way. Weaver had to... Oh, maybe Weaver's not watching live anymore. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Apparently Kinnum has Kiddin. We've got 3 people running ranged, which is good. I do feel bad for Kinnum with his fucking greatsword going up against Kiddin, but at the end of the day, we can treat it as a 3-man hunt as opposed to a 4-man, and that's quite fine. It's just unfortunate that his experience while hunting is going to be fairly painful. It's not entirely our fault though, if he's only got one way to play the game. It's our way or the highway, isn't it? Alright. I'm ready, but by the looks of it, we're waiting for our gunner. Our other gunner. The person who was gunning before we pulled out our guns. That's why I say our gunner. Presumably, this person will bring pellet as well. Why? Why would you... Why? Enjoy, man. Fucking enjoy. You've lowered the DPS of the team by choosing that. I don't understand. There's nothing wrong with that if we're not running pellet, but we're running pellet. And you can see that. You can see what we have equipped, you've had plenty of time to work that out. And you know what we're hunting, so why have you done this? This person seems pretty hell-bent on fucking hosting. Good God. Whatever. I feel bad for this person. Because again, the high DPS is going to be with ranged, non-aimed shots. I mean, I'm just hip-firing this. That's all I'm doing. I mean, you can see very low effort, and the damage is actually good. Bad host. We're getting a teleporting Kezu. Ow. Awful monster. I really do hate Kiddin, it has to be said. Not even close to being a fan of Kiddin. I'm a fan of watching him die slowly and painfully, but outside of that... Did you see that? That was an animation that should keep Kiddin in place for at least 2 seconds longer than it did in that moment. But he just started running towards us again. This is one of the problems with having this person host. And it's not going to be to Adis' benefit that they're hosting. It's actually not going to help them at all. They're just going to be chasing after the monster the whole fucking hunt while we are hip-firing with decent DPS from a distance. So, I mean, really, you could have brought a gun and been able to shoot the monster. But instead you're doing this. It's a shame. And obviously our pellet shots are going to make it much harder for that person to be on target with the monster. Assuming that they are being flinched by our pellet shots, maybe dual blades are better for that. Whoops, didn't mean to shoot it that way. It seems that Adis is not actually being flinched all that much, so maybe that was a calculated choice of Blade Master weapon. I really don't like using Blade Master against Kiddin, just because having to chase after him that much is tiring. It's really tiring. But yeah, as long as you survive, it's not too hard to get through Kiddin, because at the end of the day, not that much health on a Kiddin. As long as you don't die, and you can deal sustained damage over 10 minutes with a group of 4, that's a dead Kiddin. And that's what you're dealing with. It's actually very easy to kill this monster without breaking the horn too. Probably due to that low health. Ow. Just got a sharp horn in the head. That was a good knockdown. Very satisfying. Couldn't really take advantage of it. I was not expecting that to be on my position, because Kiddin was facing Weaver in that moment when he began the attack, so I really did genuinely expect it to be on Weaver's position, not mine. Can be misleading. Good to know. I would have thought he would have at least turned towards me if I was the intended target. Tricky monster. There's the Kiddin special. Adis has been hit by that attack. Was very lucky not to get a follow-up from the Kiddin. You could see that Kiddin was looking to charge right into him there. I think it's quite obvious that there is very little about this hunt that is enjoyable. That is the situation. There is almost nothing to latch onto when it comes to enjoyment. It's just a stupid horse jumping around and you're trying to catch up to it the whole time. It's a crap experience. Awful monster. I'd say they did a good job improving on Kirin in 5th gen. And I very rarely mention 5th gen in a positive light, and I very rarely voluntarily compare the likes of 2nd gen to 5th gen, but this would be one such example where it's actually worthwhile. I mean, this monster is crap. I hate Kirin in the older games, 1st and 2nd gen, and quite frankly also 4th. I mean, he was a bit more interesting in 4th, I will admit. He had a bit more going on. He didn't just jump around and run. There were actual attacks that involved him staying more or less in the same place, but hitting hunters that were not prepared to deal with whatever was coming. But yeah, Kirin felt very well designed in 5th gen. Aha, that was nearly me getting hit. Quite sadly, Kirin doesn't even have the confidence to charge his greatsword when the monster is lying on the ground, completely still. And that's a dead Kirin. Dead without the horn broken, sadly. You can still get all horn breaks. Whatever the rare horn drop is, it's still possible to get it without actually breaking it, but quite obviously your chances are greatly increased if you break the horn. I do like that the monster is still surrounded by an electric aura. It's quite nice. Strange as it is that Kirin is referred to as an elder dragon, there is a rather reptilian look to this horse. Part lizard, part horse. Maybe you could call it a dragon of sorts. That was a partial rhyme. I'm not quite Dr. Seuss, but there was a taste of Dr. Seuss in there. Anyway. Oof. That's a good action shot. A lot of blood coming out of the Kirin there. Here we go. Kirin Azure Horn. I think that's the G rank drop. May not be. But you can still get horns without breaking it, fortunately. The Scenic Locale. Alright, I'm going to organize the next hunt. Oh, apparently Weaver has to go, sadly. That is sad news. Rather upsetting to hear. It leaves me in an awkward position. I've got two people who are not really communicating in Discord. I'm going to do a random hunt. No, random hunt. Crabs. We've got Daimyo Humator and Shogun Cyanator. Strong sword, strong shield. Okay. Greatsword has been selected for me, so I'll bring the Rajan Greatsword. And I do indeed hope that I'm going to have at least these two guys to hunt with. If I lose either of them, as well as Weaver, it's going to be problematic. It means that I'm going to have to try and get a group together again for what would feel like the third time in one recording, which is quite sad. Alright. I'm just getting in here so that I can choose a quest as quickly as possible to demonstrate to them without actually verbally communicating with them that I'm still hunting and that I know what I want to hunt. This is in the Great Arena, so presumably we will have to deal with both of these monsters simultaneously, which does not fill me with much excitement, but it is what it is. Alright. I have work to do. What work, Doomlink? Very nice. Actually, not that great. I guess design-wise it's fine, but... I give that a solid 6.5 out of 10. Looks good as an avatar. Looks good as an avatar. Alright. Alright. Now, I will be back momentarily. What the hell is that reaction? Just fox reactions, okay. Probably identifies as a fox, fair enough. I'll be back in a moment, need to visit the bathroom, and once I return, we will likely depart with 3 people. I'll have a look and see if there is a possible 4th, but I'm not expecting one. But I'll be back momentarily. So, if I need to make adjustments that are going to cause noise to assault your ears, I really shouldn't return like this. I should return when it's ready. That's how it should go. Alright, so... No, don't... Stop! Come back! See, this is the danger. What if he never comes back? What if he thinks that I was AFK? What if he reconsidered the things that he could be doing right now and decided that he didn't want to hunt because he was given the time to think about it while I was AFK? This is why you need to not allow for people to be standing here doing nothing for too long. Ugh. I'm gonna ask Mina if he wants to play. Hello, Harrow Prime. Use hammer. No. Not using hammer. Not right now. Maybe next time. I'm just using what was selected for me by the random hunt. I have a distinct feeling that that guy who left is not coming back, and quite frankly, just from one human to another, go fuck yourself. Seriously. I'm disappointed by that outcome. Alright, Mina is coming. Mina is always asking me to play, but I'm never playing. So, fortunately, we didn't get a reverse of that scenario. This time I asked and Mina's like, okay, sure, I'm coming, on my way, etc, etc. So, that's reassuring, encouraging, and all the rest of it. I hope you realize that there's another person coming. We're not just waiting indefinitely. I've got an itchy nose. Get that off my screen. Fuck, get it off. Okay, sorry. Not to confuse my audience, I clicked something in the Twitch chat and it created this pop-up and it fucking assaulted my eyes. Mino's on his way. He's coming. Eventually. Well, in the meantime... No, there's nothing on my mobile device that would distract me at the moment. Or, well, not so much distract, but give me something to occupy my... Or occupy me, yeah. Hopefully you guys can see how much a challenge Hunsterverse can be when you're trying to record. It's so hard to get a consistent group. It's really hard. It does happen. I'm not saying that it never happens. I've had it happen on camera, but it's not common. What is, however, common is to have people constantly dipping in and out and just that repetitive downtime. It's very annoying. It's just what you have to deal with. That's Mina. Let's depart with 3. I'm not looking for a 4th, not interested. 3 will suffice. 3 is what sufficed before the 3rd guy left, never to return. Because I took too fucking long to depart. Asshole. Whatever. Maybe he didn't have much time available. This is possible. So he cut his losses and just left. As you do. I don't know why he's using a dragon greatsword, but fine. I'll reserve my complaints. I'm just glad that I've got a 3rd person at the moment. Let's get out of here. Fuck. Finally. This is the pain. You're all experiencing it with me. Oh. It can get more painful. Here's an example. Fighting 2 crabs simultaneously in the moat arena. Kingdom. You know, he doesn't realize that we've departed. He'll work it out. Oh, it's not the moat arena. Sorry. Thought it might have been. It isn't. Oh, you little fuckwit. Where do you get off? Literally the first thing the monster does is charge into me from behind. Let's keep away from Cyanator if we can. I would say that we could probably hunt this monster for a little while without actually having to worry about the Cyanator interfering. That can change very quickly if we, as a team, become very lazy and allow the confrontation to move further that way. I don't think that we need to do that. It should be quite easy to keep it right here. In fact, with my current DPS, yeah, I was going to say, with my current DPS, this monster's probably not going to last much longer, and I couldn't even finish the thought, could not conclude the sentence, before the monster was fucking dead. Now, you have to understand, crabs don't have much health, and when it's reduced on account of the monster being one of multiple in a hunt, you get enough greatsword charges like those, and you're looking at a dead crab. As evidenced by what happened with the Hermitor there. And by the looks of it, the same thing's going to happen with this guy. Yeah, just keep on getting those level 3 charges. Still got caught in that attack. I'm not especially surprised because the range of those claws is immense. May as well poison you. Mina's been killed. Shockingly. Good turnaround, hey? Quite frankly, the poison throwing knives didn't do all that much. They made it feel like I was doing more than I otherwise would have been. You know, I'm poisoning and dealing damage, but if I had actually just forgotten about the poison, can you not? I've got 2 crabs to carve. Can you not do that? I don't particularly need their drops, but part of the Monster Hunter experience for me is carving the monster and keeping its materials. So, there you go. I quite rightly prioritised the hunting of the other monster over carving the first one. Maybe it wasn't all that necessary, but... Giant black pearl. Can you stop? That was my last carve, but you didn't know that, so I'm not sure why you're doing that. It's not especially funny, although I'm sure you find it to be. Quest clear. That's, yeah, another action shot. Perfectly happy with that. Very cool. The monobolus materials were from the Hermitor. And that is apparently my gold crown large Hermitor that I didn't already have. The more you know. I wouldn't have assumed that I didn't have it, but apparently I really didn't have it. Alright, next hunt. Eyes in the underground lake. I have had heavy bowgun selected for me. I am perfectly content to use that weapon for this hunt. In fact, it's going to be a case of the quest begins and it's over. Because I will be using this. The disgustingly overpowered auto-reload bowgun strategy against Plesioth. Now, what is it about that that's so gross? It is the fact that Plesioth in the old games has terrible AI. You can basically stand directly in front of him and 9 times out of 10 it will prompt a water beam attack that is very easily avoided, and then you can just continue standing in front of him and shooting from a distance. Combine that with the ability to continue shooting without needing to reload, and you've got a pretty disgusting strategy. So that's that. Yeah, it looks like you're up here. Eyes in the underground lake. It is fortunately the old desert quest. As I've expressed before, I would rather do desert hunts in the old desert than the standard desert. Despite the fact that I do actually play first gen, and even sometimes play it on camera. Yeah, I'll do that. Instead of bringing combination materials with thunder shots, I'll just bring flaming and thunder and that'll do me. If not even that's enough to kill the monster, then the team's really doing something quite wrong. They're fucked up, put it that way. They're really fucked up. A little bit tired. Goodness me. Goodness gracious. I'm a sleepy fellow. A few more hunts to go. I would say another 2, maybe 3. Perhaps 3, because this one is going to be very fast. Shut up. I'm not sure what has upset you. I mean, I literally just entered the area. The mere sight of me has left you incensed, and I couldn't imagine what I've done to deserve that sort of reaction from you. Hot drinks are in order. I will line up with the trap because that will work quite well with the strategy that I'm going to employ anyway. I'm surprised I didn't get hit, ha ha ha. No, people do tend to exaggerate the hip check. It's very annoying to be on the receiving end of it, but it's not as bad as that. Like, it's not so bad that I can get hit from that kind of range. It's just noticeably terrible. Yeah, the key is to be far enough away to avoid the tail, but close enough to be able to get decent damage with your shots. Oh, I would have much preferred you to be in the fucking trap. I wasn't expecting you to do that attack, to be honest. Fuck me, what's going on? Whatever. Sorry. I have a feeling that I flinched you out of that, but perhaps I simply shortened your animation, which is perfectly fine. I'm surprised that you're not already dead. There you go. Good night, creepy fish thing. Hope you enjoyed your life while it lasted. You had the time to grow big and strong to hunt us, only to die. And give me a big wyvern stone, which I enjoy. 2 of them, in fact. Not just 1, but 2. Consecutively. .606 attack. With that kind of DPS. With good elemental effectiveness. And element attack up, let's not forget. Is rather disgusting. It's a lot of damage, and it's quite clear that it's a lot of damage. I don't know if we actually got a paralysis in the end. I think we did. I think we did. Unless I'm remembering the trap. I do obviously remember the trap, but I'm not too sure if a paralysis actually succeeded with the use of the Yamatsukami longsword. apologize for yawning so much. It's the end of the week. It is what it is. Alright, next time. Could be the last one, may not be. We'll see how things are timed. I couldn't possibly know. I do not know what the future holds. Come on. Are you kidding me? 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Fuck off. This is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Alright. I'm going to need someone else to do it. You know, it's an unnecessary extra step of me having to find the person to ask to roll and then tell them to do it. I went years not having to do that. Like 2 years of just being able to use the random hunt command like normal, to then having the functionality of it castrated. All for fucking what? I'm like the only person who uses the damn command. Alright. So, heavy bowgun has been selected again. I'm not going to use heavy bowgun because that's a bit boring. So we'll just, I'll use something that might be slightly more fun. I have been asked to use the hammer, so I will do that. Make your request and I shall likely oblige. Oh, goodness. Oh, fuck. Keep with it, Doomlink. The live stream's almost over, you can go to sleep after that. It's not even late, it's only 10:20 PM and I'm yawning a lot. I apologise for that. I think Pink Rathian's here, right? Yeah, the Cherry Blossom Rathian. What a fun quest. Not particularly fun, but I can pretend that it is. For comedic effect. Although it's not especially funny. I don't know if we are waiting for someone actually returning. It's a person with whom I have been unable to communicate thus far. And they've just typed in the chat, ironically. Yes, why? After the question was asked. Hold on, where is it? Here it is. That's not how you ask things if you're just curious. It comes off in a rather more interrogative fashion than that. Yeah, I agree with this. Actually... I would imagine that we're getting that guy coming back again, but We just need to wait for him to first and foremost ascertain that there is nothing of real value to the question asked of him by Shiro, and then he can go back to the game and then come and join our room and hunt. That would be great. I happen to be live, so the faster all of that can be finalized and dealt with, the better. Ugh. Oh, he's still typing in the chat. Stop. There's nothing to talk about. You can't see him typing because it's beneath my window capture, but seriously. Stop talking to him. Apparently I'm retarding on stream. This is Null's description of the situation. I'm not retarding. I'm growing less patient on account of this entirely pointless exchange, which is doing nothing more than unnecessarily protracting the setup time for this quest. Fucking hell. Solo. Oh my god, can we hurry up please? Maybe he's already joined. Is it my lucky day? No, he hasn't joined. Here we go. I'm sitting here waiting even longer. Oh my god. If I ever wanted the community of this fucking chat to drag on my live stream, I need not ask, it just happens naturally. If that was a bannable offense, that would be it. Oh god, I haven't seen this meme since, what, 2016? It's a bit of a classic at this point, isn't it? Thank god I've got the option to click away and not have it constantly play on repeat. God. Is he here yet? Please be here. He's here. No, it's someone else. He got sniped. I'll have to ask him now if he's fucking coming back. This is what happens. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add him. Apparently Uzaki is going to shoot Joe Biden in the head. Twitch, do not take that seriously. He's joking. This is what happens on the internet. People make jokes. Stop talking to him! God, just let him play. To be honest, he's not going to make it in. Because by the time I've successfully made contact with this human being, I'll be old and grey. I won't have a fucking group to hunt with. It'll just be him. Oh my god. Someone sniped his spot, and whether or not I allow him to rejoin is up to his response. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Fine. Let's go. I just want to play the game. Fuck me. Would have happily kicked this person for him, but you know, I need to know these things. Otherwise, I'm sitting here in limbo. Alright, time to play the game again. Remember Freedom Unite? Yeah, that game that we were playing eons ago? Hard to believe it was still the same recording, hey? Well, it was. And we're back at it again, playing the game. Just hurry up and turn around. Hurry up. Just don't waste my time, woman. Actually managed to get both hits of that super pound on target, but I did take a hit as a result of my what would possibly be considered successful attempt to hit the monster's head with my hammer. I've got a lot of Velociprey in the way. That is a rhyme. Is that a full rhyme or a partial rhyme if you literally use the same word? Way prey? Actually, no. It's different, isn't it? It's rather different. You can notice that I'm not actually getting KO impacts when I do my spinning hits. Sad as it is. Yeah. Here we go, here's a golf swing opportunity. If ever I've seen one. Have to settle for white sharpness triple pound here, but beggars can't be choosers. Oh, that just completely random run attack. It's the 2nd gen special. Got some good flash bombs going out. Utterly unnecessary, but they're going out nonetheless. I've gone for the golf swing. Out of interest in... Let me rephrase that. Out of a desire to not mess up the team. Why am I turning away from the monster like that? I did not intend for that, in case some of you are wondering. Or maybe it was part of the strategy to completely make himself off target with a monster. No, it wasn't, incidentally. That was an attempted flash bomb chaining out of a tail cut, which was so overzealous that it couldn't have been worse timed than it was. Ugh. That's a KO. Out of a paralysis. What a beatdown. Again, the strategy being employed at the moment with the flash bombs and all of that, totally unnecessary, but I suppose, you know, the monster's having a really bad day as a result, which is satisfying in its own right. And I spun out, sadly. Oh. Come on, get in the trap. Is she gonna land in it? Yes. I'm so sorry, Rathian. Really, I'm so sorry. What a terrible beatdown. That's a G-rank hunt. Just from start to finish. Carnage. Absolute carnage. Anyway. As I say, it's entertaining in its own way. There's people talking German in the chat. Don't think I've ever seen this. Oh, I nearly said something extremely inappropriate, just had to stop myself there. But yeah, that's probably going to be the live stream, everyone. That dragged things out such that I didn't need to do another hunt. That's probably to the the detriment of the viewership, but whatever. To the detriment of the viewers, rather. I don't want to suggest that somehow there's going to be less people watching because I did one less hunt than normal, but anyway. I'd say that was a successful venture overall. Managed to miss that wyvern claw thing. I earned a little bit of money. I made a small profit from the hunts that I embarked upon today, which was very nice. But yeah, that's 2 hours, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. That's 2 hours. That's all I'm paid for. I'm done. I'm gone. Get my stretch limo. I'm out of here. Back to my giant mansion and large estate with horses and whatever else exists to entertain the financially affluent. I thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time I'm playing Monster Hunter. Probably sometime next week. I'm not going to be recording during the weekend. I bid you all farewell for now, and I thank you for watching. Probably for the second time. Bye-bye.